Welcome back to our channel. If your birthday on this day, kindly comment your name, year of birth and country of birth. If you like our work, give like and subscribe our channel. Check description to see about our offers and new announcement. Here we see truth about birthday on this day 23. On the off chance that you were brought into the world on the 23rd day of the month, you are an extremely scientific individual and will in general scrutinize your general surroundings. You are very open and can relate with individuals from different foundations, often placing you in the part of middle person or facilitator. Individual connections are essential to you as you develop companions you meet at work and in friendly settings. While you would be upbeat as an expert developer or bookkeeper, administrative work ought not be limited as you can get a lot of joy from the reaches you will definitely make. You have an exceptionally delicate and sensitive nature. You have an inquisitive and addressing mind and will learn everything without exception, anytime. Your temperament keeps you from arranging or making any drawn-out plans. You are an instinctual individual and can accurately comprehend and anticipate other people's expectations. You are extremely responsive and are fast in offering responses even before an inquiry is posed. You are exceptionally lively and are continually able to face challenges. You like betting and guessing in the financial exchange. You will have a decent pay and simultaneously you will spend transparently as well. You don't spare a moment in helping other people. Henceforth anyone can complete their work through you. You emerge from your sufferings effectively and rush to bounce back from the heaviest misfortune that you have happened. You fall head over heels in love effectively and henceforth you need to think cautiously prior to entering marriage. There might be odds of aloof natures with your mate and on occasion it might likewise prompt enormous battles. You are truly then contrasted with your resolution. You are not impacted by any sort of counsel or lecturing. On the off chance that you are acceptable you stay great. If terrible you stay awful. There are odds of incredible misfortune in the event that you rely on others. You can turn into an extraordinary character in the event that you are very much refined and mannered and have great characteristics. There isn't anything which you can't show improvement over others. You get the opportunities of getting famous in government and among public as too. You are inclined to gastritis and kidney issues. You may likewise experience the ill effects of influenza, hack and skin issues. You may regularly have mental meltdowns because of fatigue and overstrain. You should drink juices of all sorts. Essentially, you are an exceptionally fortunate individual. You get the opportunities of acquiring property and abundance from father and precursors. You may need to confront obstacles during the early piece of your life. Yet, you will actually want to make progress rather rapidly through your endeavors and boldness. You will be appealing even in your later years. You get the opportunities of accepting assistance and assurance from your bosses. You love change and energy and need both to feel genuinely invigorated. As far as you might be concerned, life is an experience to be lived without limit. You would prefer not to be cheated from having a lot of involvement. You are exceptionally versatile, which makes change significantly simpler for you than for other people. You have a simple path with connections and by and large coexist well with a great many people you meet. You have a present for correspondence and advancing yourself. You have ability in verbal and composing abilities, and would make a phenomenal essayist, proofreader, or salesman. You are very warm and touchy. You cooperate with other people as long as there are not very numerous limitations set upon you. You don't care to be cooped up in a similar spot for long. You get anxious and exhausted without any problem. You are flexible and skilled and there are not many things you cannot do. You have a sharp brain and a fine comprehension of the body, which makes vocations in medication or well-being both conceivable and fulfilling. You are inventive and clever. Yet, you can avoid obligation and let your endowment of jabber get you through the difficult situations. There can be an inclination toward sensorial extravagance, particularly in food, liquor, and sex. You need to figure out how to center your extensive energies. Control and request are necessities for you to be effective throughout everyday life. You are a gifted individual from birth. It is your capacity to add to finding your specialty for self-articulation. To completely uncover every one of your abilities, you ought not restrict your opportunity of activity. You are inclined to correspondence and travel, the symbol of a person who is not sitting in one place, striving for self-improvement, searching and gaining experience. Your nature, overwhelmed with enthusiasm, in need of adventure and risk. The decision to act comes spontaneously and suddenly. In life, you are ruled by a positive attitude, resourcefulness, wit and cheerfulness. You are directed only forward and think only about the positive outcome of everything, so that you do not take it as a rule. People with the number of 5 lives are nervous, adventurous and very mobile. The capacity to look more youthful than the genuine age and stand apart on any foundation because of articulated sexuality, portability, movement, contact. On this brilliant foundation, the capacity to reason reasonably frequently comes as a shock to the conversationalist. Those brought into the world under the indication of the 5 favor a lot to appreciate life and attempt various accomplices prior to settling down. Sex for them is a wide field for tests, and they anticipate similar get back from accomplices. Their marriage will generally rely upon this. Devotion and the longing to learn new things assume a significant part in picking a daily existence accomplice. You are represented by a steady appreciation for everything uncommon, already obscure. You are roused and loaded up with energy, don't prefer to remain long in one spot. Any place you will be, you feel comfortable. Experience and travel for you as a much-needed refresher. Mercury. People of this kind have an exceptionally exuberant and particular psyche. They step up in all things, regardless. They rapidly track down a judicious grain. They regularly look to attempt their solidarity in uncommon callings. A moronic routine is strange to them. Everything bubbles in their grasp. They are quick in all things. They rapidly think, reach inferences, work. The capacity to communicate musings has an exceptional significance for them. They are overpowered with hunger for information, basic, ingenious, yet immediately become deterred from disappointments. This is an irresolute character. These individuals are cherished and mainstream, not financial, voracious, inquisitive to all signs of life, enchanting, never lose their uniqueness. They track down a typical language with their own sword. However, generally they coexist well with any remaining kinds of individuals. The implementation in their creative opportunities, practical activities to create something new, are the main matters in those people's lives. The independence of spirit, originality, fearlessness in thoughts and expressions lead them to opponents with the aid of nature. Their self-belief and resolution are supplemented via lively and full of life intellect, and their purposefulness is commonly rewarded with the excellent success and reputation. People of number 23 must be accurately taking any existence conditions. They should do their best to live away from any violent conflicts. Those born underneath the number 23 are enthusiastic, formidable people, who are searching out religious satisfaction in life more regularly than for the material one. They have an innovative questioning. They may be very open-minded and creative. It permits them to quickly put and force their plans into reality. They take existence severely and firmly, and they intend to take the entirety that is possible out of it. They are very truthful and merciful, and growing their abilities inside the proper direction, they usually speedily make a very good career. They aren't scared of any limitations. In the event that they clearly accept as true that they're doing the proper matters. At instances, people of number 23 may be extremely apprehensive, but typically they keep their emotions underneath manage and are capable of restraining their passions. They have any exceptional abilities, and they have an obligation to themselves and to the complete global to put in force the one's abilities well. Emotional characteristics. In emotional topics, this human beings sometimes have a tendency to dominate, which comes from the have an impact on of number 3. At the same time, They're very sensitive, and their feelings are certainly deep. They like to have the full interest of their buddies, but do now not want to be any individual's property. Marriage will virtually be proper if their spouses have precisely the same temperament or the choice to obey. In marriage, humans of number 23 would love to appear liberal, however deeply inner they dream to possess the unconditional love of their companions. This form of uncertainty comes from the heaven impact on of number 2. Those born beneath number 23 are smart, and they commonly pick out a associate with the identical desirable mind. Sexually they're sturdy, but will now not cross crazy if they have to stay without intercourse for a while. For them it isn't always a remember of life and loss of life. So in general they're pretty elementary lovers. Harmonious relationships for the number 23 are possible with kinds of humans, folks who will obey, and those who own the powers of this world. People with number 23 can tolerate the opposite types as properly, due to the fact they're pretty gentle and curious, but the largest appreciation they'll continually show for those referred to above. Although they're smart enough to understand unique people, they nevertheless like to remember themselves to be constantly right approximately the whole thing. It is not so easy to convince them with something, but with the sure endurance they can sooner or later take delivery of a one-of-a-kind factor of view. For humans of number 23 it's far necessary to tame the preference of domination. They must understand that it isn't always vital to dominate as a way to be sturdy. In widespread this people are blessed with many talents. It is simple for them to peer the essence of factors, to study in other people's souls. You cost your own family and recognize traditions, as you discover calmness and warmth there. Through the existence, you want to construct sturdy and respectful relationships as with society, so with partner. You may be a healer of each soul and body. You have a tendency to dramatize and exaggerate matters. It takes place because of excessive degree of sensitivity that you have. Often, you sense such as you need to feature a few drama just to experience greater significance, to feel the life in its emotional manifestation. But you by no means act this manner if it may harm others, due to the fact most of all you feel harmony. You are the primary man or woman friends call in instances of hassle. You are gifted in arts, probably you'll be a brilliant actor/actress, dramatic artist and screenwriter. However, your tendency to the art does not exclude enterprise mind of yours. When it comes to enterprise, you are sensible, decisive and attentive. You understand which steps to do and display yourself amazingly in problem fixing. People around prize you as someone and you entice them with the aid of your joyful disposition and welcoming smile. Your shortcomings you have masses of competencies, and people around realize it. The bad issue is they generally need to make earnings from your abilities, understanding, friendship or connections. You want to feel needed so that you try to be beneficial and deliver advice as human beings neither want nor fee.